Spirit has a reading for someone from the Energy Archaeology deck. This is a really unique deck. Someone sent it to me, and I'm so glad they did because I really resonate with it. Yeah, some message is coming through for someone, and I felt like I had to stop doing what I was doing in order to deliver it. Power, third finger and toe. Responsibility, right scapula. Love, fourth finger and toe. Activating the right foot. You have had a lot of pain in your lower extremities. I wouldn't be surprised if you've had pain in all your load-bearing joints, your ankles, your knees, and your hips. The issue with the hip is coming in more as a low back pain. What it feels like is you are uneven left to right. Feels like the right side is actually quite strong and grounded, and the left side is sort of weak and not doing its full job. So you walk around kind of like limping on the good side. I'm immediately feeling ungroundedness. This feels like you spend a lot of time in your head and you don't spend the time to put your energy into your feet. So the problems in your physical body have a lot to do with the feet not making full contact onto the earth. And so when you walk, you're walking like on raw nerves, like you're not getting into the seat of your bones. You're not actually making contact. You're like barely there. And over time, that's going to compound into a lot of compensations in your body. Now, like I said, I think the right side is quite strong and the left side is quite weak. So what is your relationship with your divine feminine? What is your relationship with your mother? Do you have an idea that you wanted to never be like your mother because she hurt you so much, for example? And how can you your wounds around, how can you have a more healthy picture of the feminine? One that can rest, can receive, it doesn't have to do anything to prove themselves. How are you allowed to be nurtured? How are you allowed to receive goodness? Responsibility, the right scapula. I think that you took on a lot more than you needed to. In childhood, this feels like parentification, but it also feels like generally taking responsibility for more than you need to, feeling responsible for other people's feelings. And again, this is on the right side. So this is taking on the responsibility that the masculine does, which is forward movement, action, achievement, structure, never being allowed to just take up space, never being allowed to just emanate your beauty and goddess-like qualities, always having to do something or carry something. Power. This is the middle finger. Notice the contrast between the masculine and the feminine here. What was the relationship between the parents around power in the home? How did you have to be a middleman? How were you not allowed to naturally express your power or your anger? I think you're actually quite a strong personality person, and you suppressed a strong personality, a lot of conviction, a lot of early vitality, because it was either inconvenient for receiving love or you were just purely shamed for it. I think that you're actually quite a powerful person and it comes quite naturally to you. So your healing process is going to be more about gaining healthy outlets to feel powerful. This could be in the gym, going to a destruction room and throwing some plates. Spirit is saying if you have built your personality around always being agreeable and never self-expressing things that would make other people uncomfortable, then you can practice this by just putting on a mask. You can put on a persona. You can even name that persona. Oh, this is my lioness persona, whatever it is. Also, the lionesses are the hunters and the males are the ones who stay at home. And this feels like your vibe. I think that you've often been more responsible than your partners, maybe had higher income and higher achievement. I think that you're getting towards that part in life where you're starting to feel more body issues and you're starting to get exhausted in the old power structures in your life and the old ways of achievement. And that brings in this love card, which is also a hand card. It is the fourth finger and toe. There's a lot in this message about flexibility and vulnerability to me. You do have a healing process to do in your body, but a lot of it is going to be opening and being willing to try things. I'm hearing that you have had a relationship with your body that is like your body is your slave. You don't have a loving relationship with your body where it's like, I maintenance my body because I love my body. It's more like I do the stupid walk so that I won't be depressed kind of energy. Like, I only take care of my body because I begrudgingly have to continue to live. There's also a lot of grief in that. There is a question, why don't you want to be here? Or why does it feel so hard to be here? And I think a lot of that is the missing love. There was a lot of grief in childhood, and that grief was never validated or made real for you. And humans really need mirroring and validation in order to make their experience like completely true. And you just were totally robbed of that. And so I think that you kind of went on without love for a lot of your life. And now you're being asked to love yourself. I know that's really hard to do. It's easier to ask someone else to love you. But one of the issues that you've had with manifestation is with the manifesting current. So through our chakras, we have a liberating current that goes up. And intellectualizers, we love to send energy up, and that's all we do. But there's another half of life, which is the manifesting current, which goes down from our thoughts and ideas into the earth. And in that arrangement, the air of the heart chakra goes and lights the fire of the solar plexus, and it becomes power, and it moves more and more into the physical. Healing process of your physical body, Spirit is saying there's a little bit here of learning to love the day-to-day, starting to find joy in the mundane of taking care of your body. And then there's another half of this of like, stop expecting it to feel good. Stop expecting to have an enjoyable experience. Sometimes you just have to go to the gym. Like sometimes you just have to show up for the practice. And it can be really valuable to have that attitude. Also, your healing process is going to be a lot less of the swords energy, the mental energy. I think that you've already done a lot of what you can do to figure it out, and the rest of the mystery is going to be revealed by working day to day with the body, seeing what the body wants to do, and in that, discovering some new things that you didn't know you could do because for so long you've been telling yourself the story that you can't, and so you won't even try. And so, of course, you perpetuate the same pattern because you don't try to change it. But a lot of this is being driven by love, by accepting yourself and accepting the reality of being in this body and being in this emotional reality. There's nothing overall wrong with your body. This is an emotional current that creates anxiety and stiffness, and it is just reinforced throughout the energetic body and the fascia. And once you start to heal some of those wounds, particularly the mother wound, you're going to see a lot of relief of your pain. So I hope this was helpful to you.